Often we see bigger brands that talk about action sports and not mid-sized brands. But it's very interesting how Deus started. Started from Sydney, Australia. A man that spent 15 years loving action sports, all his life. And he figured he has to start something. And he did. And that's Deus. Deus' focus is on action sports, snowboarding, surfing, biking. But if you walk into the store and you might think and say, well, if this is one of their stores, you might think, what is it exactly? Do they sell fashion? Is it food? But actually, there's a lot to it. Very nice fine dining or casual dining. It's mixed between Italian, American, and some international. And at the same time, they carry their brand around here with different types of fashion. But it's more focused into the action things. What do you need? You need a snowboarding, you need a surfing, you need to biking. The actual experience talks about this to you. And it's a known brand, known attached to those that are outdoors, those that are in action sports, very active in their lives. And it's also very interesting that how this brand has grown. I spoke to Federico, and he is heading Europe and Middle East. I spoke to him 2 days ago, and he said, we're looking for the globe, but we're looking to grow fundamentally, organically, because we want to keep the essence there. We want to align that experience of what Deus is. We don't want to rush about being so big, and fundamentally we lose the scalability of the brand itself. So the brand is a big part of them. It is actually the values they deliver. And you actually see the passion. You see the passion with the founder, you see the passion with the CEO, you see the passion with everyone that you talk to. Now, where is this brand going? Right now it's in Tokyo, Milano, and LA, and Istanbul, and many parts. But where is it going? Actually, as an expert on brand, I like the fundamental growth. I do, absolutely. I like it because it creates sustainability. They're not about going outside on advertising billboards and making noise. No, they're offering you what they do through their experience that you go with them. So when you visit their stores, for example, it's very aligned. You feel that action because you see bikes, you see motorbikes, you see surfboards, you see many things. And the alignment across between Milano, Istanbul, and LA and Paris it's there. A strong alignment on the brand itself. Now, what I like to say is this. How do these brands grow? What is it that they attract? And how do they find their stakeholders? Generally, very close people that see the value work with the founder. And I noticed this because he's very precise about who works with him and how the structure of the organization looks like. And it's extremely interesting. And what do I predict about Deus in the long term? You know, growing fundamentally and growing organically and spreading around and building up a community is far more important than growing fast and making the biggest noise, and yet you'll still have to work on the fundamental basis. I've been an advocate on fundamental. I've been an advocate on the fundamental of brand rather than the noise of advertising. And that's what attracted me about Deus. Deus focuses a lot on the experience itself, the value it holds. And it's a very community-oriented. They're very active on creating community events all the time. Myself, Rihan, Enrico, and Gaetano, both heading Europe and Middle East and Africa from Milano, sat right here and talked. We talked a lot. And we discussed where is Deus going and how is it reaching everywhere and what is the purpose of it? Since we hear so much about action and sports and so on, brands coming out. But certainly there's a very focused part of it because Deus is driven from the passion of the founder himself, Federico, which is the CEO. He wants to bring what he feels to life. And people like Rihan and Enrico, Gaetano are making this happen. And this is what inspired me. This is what actually inspired me. Now, I'm going to talk to Rihan about where does he see Deus going 5 years from now?
It's an Australian-originated brand, which is into customizing motorcycles, surfboards, snowboards, and bicycles also. The main idea behind it is to be a main brand of those kind of action sport industry. But despite the other brands, our brand is much interested in people having fun.
Yes.
So this is the main idea. This is why we created, the founders created Deus places, temples, and shops like we are here now. The thing that they want to create an environment for people who are sharing their passionate hobbies and telling their experiences when they were having fun.
Perfect. So it's a lot of the community building.
Yes.
A lot of the community building. And there's a lot of community event that builds the brand itself. So every time you go to a community event that Deus holds, you feel about the brand and what is the brand. And that's what also attracted me, because I don't see Deus using a lot of advertising. They prefer to do the actual experience.
Yeah, it's not from this era, actually, marketing activities. You know, it's from the past, but we always believe in people. And people are the main advertising tool for us.
And the ambassadors.
Yeah.
Yes. So having said that, like Rehan has just highlighted and said, people are the ambassadors of the brand. So every time Deus has a community event that takes place and people are involved, they come out and they represent the brand itself because they felt the emotional values, they felt the functional values. I have a personal experience about Deus. The other day I was talking to a guy that I was filming. He owns a burger place. So this guy came with a Deus baseball hat. I had a big smirk on my face. I was like, really? Seriously? I've already had an agreement with Deus management to film this. And I said, where did you get your hat? He goes, oh, Deus, how do you feel about it? He goes, I'm a surfer. I'm a proud Deus a brand ambassador. That literally says volume. That literally says a lot about the brand itself. It means the brand has touched the heart, has touched the soul, and has resided in the mind of the audience. How many brands are able to do this? Second, when I was speaking to Rehan and Enrico and Gitano the other day, and we're standing right there in that corner, and we're talking, and you know what happened? I felt their passion. When I felt their passion, that's what exactly invited me to be on board. Is their passion, is their connection, that I fully said I'm in all the way. What I like about it also is the experience between the fashion brand and there's the food. So let me ask Rehan this. What's the story with the food?
We try to create environment for people to sit for a long time and having fun. While they do this, they would like to taste great food.
Yes.
We have a full bar here, and also coffee shop is very nice.
Yes.
And so this is an environment for people who can stay for a whole afternoon, not just a quick bite. They have the full menu. Everything is included in the shop. So this is why we created also a restaurant and a bar apart from the apparel shop.
Okay. So when we talk about community, it's not just about getting on this bike. It's not getting on this surfboard. Community is about the whole holistic approach and experience. You come in, you put this on, you want to get a bite. So the whole place offers you a one place, but under Deus. It doesn't mean that their goal is to sell food, or their goal is to sell clothing, or their goal is to sell coffee. No. They're actually, no. Their goal is to sell you an action experience where it resides in your heart and you become part of the community itself.